welcome again to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today is Vasil Shevchenko, former Transportation Minister of Ukraine. Vasil, man, it's always a pleasure to get you on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you. Well, I'm hearing some good news. I hear that the Ukrainian soldiers had penetrated right into the Russia territories and they're taking out some sites down there. And what kind of progress is that making right now for the Ukrainian, for Ukraine?
I'd say that Ukraine forces are fighting there effectively and have had many successful operations in this region because Russians are not able to build fortification and to form a battle line, and because of it, Ukraine's military forces, which are able to move fast and to act fast, have had many successful operations. But one from the reasons these operations was to prevent their blow to Sumy bordering region and to demonstrate that Ukraine forces are able to act differently and to shift battle line at the Russia's territory, and all these events has achieved results and have achieved results, and I'd say Ukraine forces managed to make Russians to shift their troops from eastern region when they were fighting and sending more and more soldiers, newly drafted or without any preparing, making their waves for storming Ukraine's fortifications, and they have to move them to this region. And now around this territory, Russians are trying to form battle line just to have opportunity to defend. But Ukraine's forces don't have the goals to capture any city, and they have demonstrated that they have acted more effectively and used new effective and Ukraine's forces tactics, which helped us to liberate big part of occupied by Russians Ukraine's territory from the very beginning, from the start of war. And because of it, I'd say that this operation is fruitful for Ukraine forces, and I don't think that we will have further development this operation, because it depends on first of all permission for using Western weapons we would receive to prevent blow Russia's runway and airbase stockpiles their ammunitions with missiles, because you know that their aircrafts are able to eliminate Ukraine's fortifications, launching gliding bombs and using aircrafts for transporting. They have domination in the sphere of aircraft, and they have long-range bombers, and it allows them to launch different type of missiles. It's drones, different types, and different type of cruise missiles, and aeroballistics missiles, ballistic missiles, all type of these missiles. They are launching just to eliminate Ukraine's fortifications at the battle line. And now we can see that they are using the same tactics against their cities, and they are eliminating their own cities, trying to bomb Ukraine's forces, but it isn't precision weapon, but and doesn't allow to hit target, and because of it, they are eliminating cities, and now they are eliminating own cities, and they are launching bombs and eliminating Russians' cities. But you know that these tactics would be more effective, Ukraine's forces, to defend our territory, if we have Ukraine forces would have permission for using long-range missiles to prevent their blow, or to mate their aircraft, first of all, fighter jet, which are launching these bombs very often. They are using these bombs in different spheres, and as usual, it's bombs from the past, from the Soviet past, and they equips it by so-called guiding equipment and launching. But many bombs were dropped above Russia's territories, spoiling their territory and eliminating their country's facilities. And now I can see that Ukraine's forces are going to use against Russia's aircraft Ukraine's produced drones, and for example, lately we have had many information that Ukraine's defense forces managed to eliminate Russia's stockpiles with a big number of munitions, with ballistic missiles Russians received from North Korea. And last information, for example, appeared from Donbas region when after missiles blow were killed 6 North Korea officers, and we think that they invited them to correct using this type of missiles, and maybe to correct using artillery shells. And it was fixed. Ukraine's military intelligence service and informed Ukraine society and world society about it, that North Korea's officers are involved in this operation too, and they are fighting against Ukraine too, using their weapon. Plus to Iran's experts, you know that there was experts which were drilling Russia's military, how to launch Iranian produced drones, Shaheds, and launching it every night. Every night we have drones attack, missiles attack, different type, and because of it, it's important to have opportunity to defend our territory. Thanks, for example, our partners from Romania, who informed that they have transferred to Ukraine Patriot produced in United States Patriot air defense system, and it will allow us to defend our transport routes first of all, because Russians are hunting for ships, for example, and are going to prevent opportunities to have international trade from seaports.
Yeah. One thing I want to ask, recently, it was last week actually, President Zelensky came here to the U.S. He would have met with Kamala Harris, President Biden, and also he met with Donald Trump. Apparently the reception of Trump and Zelensky weren't too well. He indicated that if he was president, the war would end. On what grounds, I don't know. But he had made it clear and known to Zelensky that, that President Putin and him is good friends and he have reasons for what he was doing and so forth. So with that being said, do you think if Donald Trump was to become president again that he will have, or Ukraine will have will have fair treatment and support from the United States of America, considering that he is still Putin's buddy. He idolizes Putin. What kind of treatment you think Ukraine would get? Do you think they would get this lavishing support that they're presently having now? Do you think that Trump will understand the importance of this war for freedom and democracy? What do you believe would happen?
I'd say that thanks United States officials and thanks current United States President and Vice President Kamala Harris for meeting, and thanks Donald Trump for meeting with Ukraine's president, because we have no choice. We must communicate with all officials, and you know that there were different rumors concerning the treating between Ukraine's president and Donald Trump, because he had commented many times that he is able to establish peace in Ukraine, but I don't think that it's truth, and I don't think that he will able to act this way, and I don't think that he will be able to persuade Putin to stop it, because just after during this visit, Putin started saber-rattling nuclear stick again, that they are going to correct their doctrines for using nuclear weapon, and now they issued an information that they are able, according to their opinion, to use a nuclear weapon against Ukraine. And very often we have had many times when they are limited in resources, when they are not able to achieve results at the battlefield, they start rattling, saber-rattling nuclear bomb. And in my opinion, that United States former president cannot understand that now is main important challenge for world in the whole. It's Russia Federation, because it isn't a threat only Ukraine, and it's a threat for world society. And for example, he wants to fix it as a domestic questions, but this focusing is threatening for our neighbors, for European partners, because we can resist union which is being formed from Iran, North Korea, for example, Russia, and the country which are going to join to this union. It's threatening for whole society, and United States can lose their leading role. Its main challenge for United States. And because of it, I share, for example, current President United States, Joseph Biden opinion, who knows how to act. And now he's careful because United States are in the domestic election campaign, but results of combat events at the battle line in Ukraine will influence for our partners in Europe, for United States, and it can be a threatening point for further relations with autocratic countries, because every step back will demonstrate them that West is becoming weaker. And we cannot do it, and because of it, we are trying to demonstrate that we are together. But the same time, we must understand that Russia has no any independent media. All information we receive from Russia, China, and these autocratic countries, it's lie. And because of it, we cannot focus at it, and cannot take their media opinion, because it's propaganda, and propaganda is harmful for whole society, for United States, for Europe, and for globe, because Western countries know that independent media, it's main got autocracy.
Absolutely. I want to ask this question. Russia holds claims to approximately since this war started, 27% of Ukrainian land, and that's a lot of land. That's almost a third of Ukraine right now, and that's the downside. Now, the upside is that NATO indicates that they're going to give full membership to Ukraine, despite even if the war is going on. Would that give Zelensky the motivation to go after the other 25% of land that presently Russia claims it holds claim to?
But I say that current war, it isn't about the land. It's fighting for the domination above people, about Ukrainians, for example, right. Them about another people. And we are not fighting only for territory. They managed to capture territory, but in this number is included occupied by Russians Crimea in 2014. And a big part of territory which was captured by Russians in 2022 have been liberated by Ukrainian forces. But now we are not able to fight against domination Russia in different spheres. First of all, they have huge resources. They are receiving ammunition from their partners, and we have to have negotiations with every country, because our partners and our neighbors are afraid because what will be next, and we are not sure that our partners believed for 100% that we will win, and they are hesitating because of it. They are not able to fulfill their obligations they promised us at the Ramstein meeting, and because of it. Ukraine's point of view is changing. For example, Ukraine's industry can produce ammunition more than about 30 billion, but now it's loaded only for 30%. But we lack of money for this industry, and we can produce this industry ourselves. And 12th of October will take place next Ramstein meeting, and then these questions will be raised. Just to discuss, and we have good experience, for example, with Denmark, which allocated money for producing this weapon artillery systems at the Ukrainian plants.
Do you think that Russia is getting more support from its dictatorial nations or allies than Ukraine getting more support from the U.S. and the European allies, NATO nations? Do you think who's getting more support? Do you think Russia is?
I'd say that 2 days ago, Ukraine was visited by a newly appointed General Secretary NATO bloc, Mark Rutte. And during this visit, first of all, he made his first visit to Ukraine. He confirmed that this question is challenging questions for NATO bloc and for European partners. And he confirmed that NATO will do best to help Ukraine. But we know that NATO bloc consists on different countries, and only country can send to Ukraine different type of ammunition and different type of support directly between countries. And it's a little bit it's quite complicated because every country is counting their relations with Ukraine and with Russia, threats from Russia, and they are living in under Russia's propaganda domination, because many countries haven't prohibited Russia's propaganda, and around the world we can hear a lot of lie. For example, they are exaggerating results of fighting at the battle line. For example, they are changing messages for people around the world, and this way they can achieve different results. For example, you know that United States officials fixed that Russia interfered in the election campaign in United States. And how about other countries who are not able to react immediately, or sometimes there are around the world in different countries there are persons who are going to run for president or running for parliament can receive this kind of support, and it means that they will receive a chance to influence for forming power in different countries. Because of it, it's really dangerous questions, and it must be discussed among countries who's with Ukraine now, and who's must understand that we are able to defeat our territory and our peoples, but it's quite difficult.
Okay. We're coming down to the last 2 minutes, so I'm going to let you conclude. Express yourself to the American people why it's so essential that we continue to support Ukraine, support the leader who's going to give Ukraine the best support to keep democracy alive.
Yeah, thank you. It's most important questions, because we can see that this kind of attack is really huge, and it appears that it isn't only Russia, and it appears that Russia is being supported by China, and China is going to have own benefits from this competition, and all of them are not interested in it, because it's test Western countries for unity and for opportunity to be together to repel this attack. And I'd say that United States is democratical country, and it's example for other countries and how to act. And I personally, and many Ukrainians, all Ukrainians, really thankful United States people for support, for following events in Ukraine, and we know that Americans support us, and it's really huge hopes for future, because living in these conditions quite difficult, and you know that many people are abroad and are watching last news from around the world, and a big part of people are serving in the service, and civilian people are trying to do their best to survive and to hold country. And because of it, this our relations, for example, with United States, and this meeting took place in United States is extremely important. Nevertheless, we understand that now this election campaign in United States, and we have no rights to expressed our opinion, because we are not interested in interfering in election campaign, in domestic election campaign. But we support every Americans, and we trust United States.
Well, thank you. On that note, Vasil, it's always a pleasure to have you. And for all those who will be joining us on Living in the 21st Century, have a great day.